Yo, what is up, guys? Welcome to the video. Today, we got some interesting stuff. It's going to be kind of in the format of our older videos where we kind of go over some of the drama, some of the things that have happened. Then at the end of the video, we're going to talk a little bit about the games, specifically the Shanghai Dragons and Philadelphia Fusion, and we're going to get a lot into the Shanghai Dragons and when they're maybe going to win. But first, we're going to take a look at this, which is just absolutely insane. Pine from the New York Excelsior is playing the knife game. It's not a knife, he's using a pen, but you'll see by watching this, he's going fast and hard. Okay, that was a weird motion. He's going really fast and hard, so if he hits his finger, like, he's gonna go deep in there. Okay, anyways, this is from Action Adam. He works with Action eSports. If you guys don't know who Action eSports is, you should actually check them out. They cover more like highlights and stuff like that. So if you want to watch the straight up highlights of the games, you want to hear some idiot like me talking, then go check them out at Action eSports. But let's go ahead and check this out now. Oh my god! Look at Ark! That is such a fact, dude. A marksman in every sense of the word. You would not expect Pine to be able to do this, but I mean, I guess his hands are so good. He's precise with the aim, with like, I gotta stop doing that motion. That is not gonna work out. Ark, you can see, or no, Janice and Libero, they're like, oh my god, this guy's crazy. So shout out to Pine. That's absolutely amazing. Wow, like, dude, if he hits his fingers, I did it again. If he hits his fingers with that marker, he's gonna crack a bone or something, dude. He's going fast. That's dangerous. And his players, his teammates definitely realize that. Like, we gotta watch it one more time. Oh my goodness. Look how fast he's moving. That's incredible. I can't do that. I'd break my finger, 100%. So shout out to Pine. Shout out to Action eSports again, Action Adam. Check him out. And let's move on to the next topic of the day, which is actually going to be this. Trevor May, if you don't know who Trevor May is, he's actually an MLB player. He's a professional baseball player, a pitcher for the Twin Cities. I think that's Minnesota or something. Minneapolis, I don't know, something like that. And he said this on Twitter. I want to bring an Overwatch League team to Seattle. Now, if he has a stream, he's big into gaming. If you don't know who Trevor May is, you're a little bit behind. He's been to the Overwatch League games. He's been into Overwatch for a while. And actually, as you can see, Envision eSports responded down here, when do you want us to move? Pretty funny. But yeah, he's for Twins. Yeah, Minnesota Twins. He's also a streamer for Luminosity. He's an entrepreneur, esports investor. So he's heavily invested in the esports, and he wants to bring a team to Seattle. So I'm definitely sure he can bring in other people in, professional baseball, sports, similar to like Shaq and San Francisco Shock did, bring in some big names. They can easily get a spot for Seattle, which brings on a pretty interesting topic. Which are some good places for Overwatch League? Let's just go ahead and open up a world map to talk about this. So obviously there's a lot of teams for the USA already. I think we have, 7? There's a ton. There's probably going to be a couple more, which I'm not going to complain about. Obviously Seattle, Atlanta, Chicago, those are probably the 3 big ones. And Toronto for Canada, they need one. That should be a really big spot coming up. France for Paris, Spain, Madrid, something like that. Maybe even Portugal. Poland is huge on esports. Germany is huge on esports. We have a team in the UK, the only European team, so we definitely need more UK teams. Sweden, even Norway, you never know. Probably not, but that's taking a little far. As for Asia, China, the population is huge. They can obviously field another team. I mean, Shanghai Dragons, they're not that great. We're going to talk about them later. We'll talk about the management and how they probably didn't pick up the best players possible. If China got another team and they picked up the best players possible, they would be better than the Shanghai Dragons for sure. And just because you got a team in China doesn't mean you have to necessarily go full Chinese. You can pick up a lot of Korean players. South Korea definitely need another team. Jisoo Busan, big spot for another one. Japan maybe. We got Taiwan. Taiwan is huge on esports. Maybe Vietnam, Indonesia, Sydney, Australia, Melbourne, something like that. That would be really cool. So there's a lot of good spots to check out. Russia, Moscow could definitely use a spot. The esports is big there. I know there were some talks about Brazil and like Argentina. Maybe. I don't know how big the esports scene is for Overwatch in South America. I know it's decent. Maybe South Africa, but we'll see. There's a lot of good spots. First, Europe needs some. maybe one more in US. Toronto needs one, and a couple in maybe China and Korea. Those are the next spots I would predict for Overwatch League teams to come in. Hopefully we get at least 6 in the next season. And that's basically it for this topic. Now let's go ahead and move on to the games from yesterday, specifically Shanghai Dragons and the Philadelphia Fusion. Alright, so I want to take a look at a few different points and team fights of this entire match, show some things that the Shanghai Dragons did that were good, and then show some things that they did that were bad. So to start off here on Anubis, they actually had a really good defense here. Right now, this is pretty standard. Both teams, you want to pretty much fight in this area right here. You don't want to give too much space up as the defensive team, and you want to poke out the tanks. And basically right now, it's just a battle for space, a battle to see who can poke the tanks out. As you can see, Poco literally just focusing down the Winston, and Shanghai Dragons are doing the exact same thing. But eventually, both teams do want to look for an opening for a dive. That's where they're fighting for space. They're both running full dive, so whenever one of the teams gets space, when Tracer gets in a good spot behind, EQO can get on the side, and they can jump on the other team's support, Zenyatta specifically, and look for the kill. So that's what we're seeing right now, a battle for space and who can get the dive off first. And as we can see, it really wasn't much of a dive from the Philadelphia Fusion. Carpe just went and handled his business alone. He's already got a pulse bomb. Dia's only at 64%. He went in there, he probably one-clipped Sky, took him out. But there was a great response from the Shanghai Dragons. They realized this, and as soon as they realized that, look, they're going on Boombox. Let's rewind it a bit. Let's run it a few seconds. We'll see Sky go down. Sky goes down, and they know he's about to go down, the Shanghai Dragons. So in response, they need to quickly look for a trade, because if they don't, they're not going to win this tank battle. If the Shanghai Dragons just sit here and then back up, they're going to get Discord orbed. They don't have the Discord, so damage is going to be completely lopsided for the Philadelphia Fusion, and they'll lose the point immediately. So that's why they go for this dive, and they get the kill on Boombox. Gets a lot of healing, but he goes down. Also, Altering picked up that Valk really fast, and he was able to res Sky during this all. So, huge play there by Altering getting the healing done. It's kind of an advantage to take more damage as a team because you can get the Valk quicker. So, interesting fact. So now in the second fight, we'll see the Shanghai Dragons. They're going to play it a little bit slower. They give more space over to the Philadelphia Fusion. As they see them go over here, they start to back up, and they're going to lure them over here into this choke. So, yep, they completely countered over the Winston there. So because they gave more space to the Philadelphia Fusion, Fraggy, Poco, they felt more secure after clearing it out over here and taking space. And they thought maybe they could go on a dive for the Zenyatta right here, who baited them. And they had Geguri, Dia, and just everybody sitting around this corner. He got completely countered over in one shot. So kind of a mistake on Fraggy's part. Not really. He just ended up getting baited. It's a good play by Shanghai Dragons, the way they swapped it up. Now we're pretty much even on ult here. Both teams have Blade. Both teams have Diva Bomb. Both teams have Monkey ult coming up. Both teams have Trank. It's fairly even on them. Only thing is, Altering is coming up on Valk quicker, and Carpe has a bomb. Dia doesn't. So now Shanghai is deciding to be the aggressors here, actually, because they do have those tank ults. Whenever you have the tank ults, you can go more aggressive. If you have Monkey Rage, if you have Diva Bomb, you can go aggressive because you have things to bail. Because you have things to bail you out. So that's what we're seeing here. They're trying to take space. There goes the Diva Bomb. She got low. So Altering actually gets picked off early. I didn't notice that before. There goes the Trank from Sky. Just both teams using both of their ults. This is where it gets funny. They take the health packs from Addo. And they kite. This was really smart by the Shanghai Dragons here. They realized, all right, we're kind of down in numbers. We lost both our supports. But the good thing is Altering will be back with a Valk if we can buy time. We also have a Blade. So that's huge. Right now, what they're thinking is, all right, use that Diva Bomb, use the Monkey Rage, get out, everybody regroup up here, get healed up. And when Altering gets back with the Valk, we go in with this Genji Blade. And that's exactly what they do. So lack of communication doesn't seem to be that big of a factor anymore, Shanghai Dragons. Because this, obviously, this is complex communication here. We also see Sky switch to the Sombra, which comes in clutch. That bomb was scary. He almost jumped into Addo there. That was a great deny there. If you guys didn't notice that earlier, Geguri denied his Winston jump. Boom. Completely denied. Addo more than likely would have died here. Huge play by Geguri there. And this, even though Addo dies here, that initiation from them with the Valk is just too much healing, too much damage coming out from Shanghai. and they win it. Sky obviously gets a double kill, pretty good. But Sky also makes a huge mistake here, which as soon as I saw him throw this translocator out, I was like, oh no, man. Why'd you do it? So he throws this. Why are you throwing your translocator down? Why? Throw it near your health pack that you just hacked and where your team is playing. Or throw it over here in this corner to the right. If he does a complete 180, there's a little hole he could throw it there. Nobody's going to see it there. Horrible spot. I knew as soon as he threw it, it wasn't going to be good. Carpe snuck in, and he ends up getting picked off here, which we don't see. Horrible camera work. And the camera work's been getting better. Obviously, I don't know if the Overwatch League spectators are smart enough to realize that Carpe was going to find that translocator and camp the body, and it would have been important to see, which happened right there. We barely saw it, but Carpe realized, the translocator was there. I'm just going to one-shot him, and then he wins a clean 1v1 against Dia too. Carpe completely carries this, and this is where Shanghai just completely falls apart. They don't really have any ults to work with here besides the Diva Bomb, and Philadelphia Fusion take it because of their two-man advantage. And this is kind of where they screw it up. One team fight. It was a simple thing. If Sky has his translocator up there, he never dies to Carpe there. Carpe never gets that kill. Could have been a completely different fight. They would have built up their Valk. They could have built up a couple other ults. They might have had it. Even though Philly was coming up on some ults here, they did get a lot of these because they killed a whole bunch of people. So there's a good chance Shanghai could have won it. And this was the set pretty much the entire time. It was back and forth. Blizzard World, it came down to one very last team fight. Shanghai luckily was on the good side there. And now let's go ahead and move on to Oasis here. It was a whitewash. They got completely stunned. It was the only map that really wasn't that close. Sure, Junkertown was a first hold, but it was still a somewhat close map because the Shanghai Dragons, they almost got first held as well. They really snowballed though. But this was a whitewash. They got rolled over. And just, in my opinion, not smart decisions coming from the Shanghai Dragons here. So to start off here on University, looking at the comps, I was watching this, and I was recording my reaction in case it was a really good match. I could post that, but it obviously wasn't a good match. Dia on the McCree. Besides this, they're running mere comps, right? We have the Lucio, Moira for supports. We have the triple tank, Zarya, Diva, Reinhardt. And then the one DPS is what is different. Dia decides to run the McCree. Carpe decides to go with the Junkrat. Carpe could have easily went McCree. It's one of his best heroes. He's way better than that Dia. But Junkrat is so damn good here. He's already spamming. This damage that is coming out, the pressure that he is putting on this team, gives space to Philadelphia Fusion. They're up here because of that early spam from Junkrat. It forced them back. So these grenades that are coming out from the Junkrat, just too much pressure. You need a Junkrat on this map. With the Tyra combination with the Zarya grab is too much. So this is really where they screwed up. I don't know if the Shanghai Dragons don't have a Junkrat player, but I mean, Dia does end up killing Carpe, but it's too late. Like, it doesn't matter. The space was given to the Philadelphia Fusion because of this. It was easier for Poco to get charged and do damage and build up that grav. And that's where they lost it. I mean, it's so hard to come back on University after you lose the point control because the ult advantage goes in favor of the other team. And Poco, I mean, any Diva or any Zarya in the league is going to be able to build a grav in one team fight. They are, especially on this map because everybody's so tanky. You farm the Diva and you just get it. So we'll go ahead and play this out. And I mean, just when you have the control in the space with the Junkrat, you win. What they didn't do correctly here, though, Philadelphia Fusion, they didn't combo the Tyre with the Grav properly. Yeah, Carpe ended up getting caught in the Grav. That's why they couldn't do the Tyre combination. It would have been much better if he was just in the back. He should know that if they're going to Grav, he doesn't want to be clumped up. Maybe they didn't think Addo charged a Grav there, but he did, which was good by Addo, but again, it's just that Junkrat pressure is too much. They even didn't get the combination off, but they still won the team fight. It's too good, and we see Dia swap over to it. Why not just start Junkrat? Why swap it? It doesn't make sense. It just mind blows me, and I was so sad watching this map. I thought it was going to be extremely close, and I thought the Shanghai Dragons had a good chance because they did beat the Philadelphia Fusion on Oasis before. So yeah, I mean, I know this part wasn't as much as informative as the Anubis clip, but I still wanted to talk about this, and this is kind of where Shanghai Dragons lost it. I just don't know why they didn't run the freaking Junkrat. And that's pretty much it. Philadelphia Fusion, they went on to win this. And let's talk about the Shanghai Dragons now. Looking at their team page and their matches coming up soon. Dude, they're sitting at 0-28. That's just Oh, it's so sad to see because I didn't expect them to be 0-28. I figured they'd be maybe 2-26, even 1-27. I figured they'd eventually get a set off, you know, some of the weaker teams in the league, just because there's so many games. Like, eventually they'll win, right? So, I don't know, man. That's so depressing. I hope they can get one. And again, next week, they're screwed. They got New York and London. They're not going to win either of those sets. But their first match of Stage 5 is against the Dallas Fuel. And I know so many people wanted them to win that match against the Dallas Fuel earlier this stage and even thought they were going to win. I knew they wouldn't. There's just too much star power on the Dallas Fuel at the time. There was Rascal Effect. It's just they're going to carry no matter what against the Shanghai Dragons. But now, Rascal's gone. Dallas Fuel looks worse than they ever have before. Effect is in Korea, and he's not going to be back until this match. And I don't even know if he's going to play this match. So, Shanghai Dragons, they might actually be able to win this one. And right now, my money is on the Shanghai Dragons. Because from watching their past maybe 2 to 3 matches, their communication and teamwork seem to be so much better. They're comboing ults, they're in positions, attacking the same targets, diving the same target. It just looks better. So, I think they're more prepared and ready to win this match than they were last time. And that's pretty much it for this video, guys. Hopefully Shanghai Dragons can win this match, or at least one for the entire season. I'm praying, but you never know at this point. It's looking pretty bad. And that's it for the video, guys. If you're new around here, don't forget to subscribe, like the video. Let me know down in the comments what you think about everything in this video. And also, let me know what you think about the webcam, guys. I'm starting to do the webcam more. It kind of feels more like I can engage with you guys. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about the webcam down below. And that's it for the video. I'll see you guys later. Peace.